I'm Ann Conti, and as you know, I am the surrogate of Union County. I'm very proud of my record as that surrogate. I want to take the opportunity right now to thank the club for giving me a chance to ask all of you for your support in the re-election that I'm seeking to the position. Since my election in 1982 and my taking office in 83, I have done much to educate the public in the ways of probating wills, setting up estate planning, because this is one of the responsibilities of my office. I have been fortunate enough to be able to computerize the office, and through computerization and microfilming of the permanent records, I have been able, through also attrition, to reduce my office staff, still maintaining the high level of efficiency of my office and saving taxpayer dollars. I would really like to continue in my service to all of you. I have been fortunate enough also to help establish a senior citizen lawyer referral service. Senior citizens are my very good friends, and I count heavily upon their support. I have been able to work with the Senior Citizens Council in establishing other programs. Right now we're involved in educating the public as to the new health law, and I'm conducting seminars on the living will. And if any of you need my services in this area, please do not hesitate to call the surrogate's office. This is a service that I provide, of course, free of charge, and we do a seminar explaining the new law and passing out the forms that are needed in order to set up a living will. Whatever I do for all of you. I know it sounds corny in this day and age, but I do enjoy working for all of you. This has been the highlight of my career in law. I really enjoy being the surrogate. I feel that I do a very good job, and I would like to continue in that manner to serve you. I'm a full-time surrogate, and if any of you need my assistance, my services as a speaker, I am available 24 hours a day. You may reach me either at my surrogate's office or my home. I want to thank you again for the opportunity to speak to all of you. Thank you, and get out there and vote.
Thank you, Ann. Is there any other candidates here for surrogate? Candidates for sheriff? I recognize Danny Wood.
I'd like to thank the Second Ward Democratic Club for having me here tonight. I'm going to have to follow Brian and say I'm not a politician. This is my first crack at it. I was honored to have Mayor Dunn ask me to run with him on the line of Road J. I would like to talk about myself. I normally don't, but I'm going to just fill you in with a little background on myself. I'm going to ask you to judge me on my past actions and my deeds. I grew up in Elizabeth. I'm married, 2 children in the school system here. I'm employed by the Elizabeth Police Department. I'm currently a lieutenant. I developed a mini-station program in Elizabeth, which was crime prevention, and I also developed and implemented the SWAT team in Elizabeth. I currently working in patrol as a desk lieutenant and field lieutenant on the day tour. I graduated from Thomas Jefferson High School in 1969. After that, I joined the Army, went to Vietnam. In Vietnam, I received a Distinguished Service Cross, Silver Star, a couple of Purple Hearts, Army Commendation Medals for valor. I'm bringing these points out for a reason which I'll go into in a minute. With the Army in Vietnam, I wasn't an officer, I was an enlisted person. I was a point man, and I also served as a squad leader. After Vietnam, I went to school. I finished Union College. I got onto the Elizabeth Police Department, went to school at night. I graduated from King College with honors and with public administration and criminology background. With the Sheriff's Office, what I plan to do, what I'd like to do with the office, there's recommendations from the New Jersey Law Enforcement Commission from last year to implement a couple things. One is for the sheriff to take over the county jail, which he had at one time, and number 2 is to take over the sheriff, the county police department. A merger of these 3 operations would be a great savings to the taxpayers. I was just informed of corrections officers making over for up to $100,000 in a year. It's just unbelievable. The only thing I can blame on it has to be mismanagement. I can't understand how that can happen. I believe that with leadership and I do believe I have it. I think I showed it with the Elizabeth Police Department. I think I showed it with when I was in the Army. I believe with proper leadership in the Sheriff's Department, I would bring about a savings to the taxpayer, but also I could bring more police presence in the cities. Right now, the Sheriff's Department has a large number of plainclothes detectives that go out into the city streets throughout the county in plain clothes, in an unmarked police car. Nobody knows they're there. I would like to implement a program where they wear uniforms and they're in marked police cars. And it would be a benefit to every town in the county. Every town in the county would benefit from it. Thank you very much for having me tonight.
Thank you, Danny. Are there any other candidates for sheriff here? And if I believe the other candidate was coming, and if he shows up, we'll have him on later. Proceed for Union County freeholder. See, all the incumbent Democratic freeholders are here present with us tonight. So, do you have any particular order you want to go?
We were on the ticket.
Okay. Casmir Kowalcyk is a councilman for First Ward Elizabeth and a Union County freeholder.
I'd like to thank the Second Ward Democratic Club, the officers and members, and as Craig stated, I am a councilman, sitting councilman in the city of Elizabeth and have been for the past 19 years. And it is those 19 important years that I've gained the knowledge and experience to carry on into county government. 3 years ago, when I stood before this group, this is the highlight of what our whole program was. And that was myself, Walter, and Elmer, and with including the sheriff, we put forth an experience of approximately 50 years in public service. This service has certainly proven itself in the years that we've been there in county government. If you recall, 3 years ago, the county was in quite a turmoil. Every day you picked up the newspaper and one county employee was suing a member of the board and vice versa. Well, since the team of Kowalcyk, McLeod, and Ertl took over, we don't see that anymore. We've brought peace in county government. Nobody is suing anybody anymore. What else did you ask of us? You asked us to keep the cost of county government down. We've done that. We've reorganized county government. We've gone from 9 departments to 5 departments. That means getting rid of the top brass, not the people at the lower end of the field, but the people at the upper end of the field, those receiving the largest salaries. We avoided massive layoffs, and this was only done because of experience. Only because of experience. Because right now the economic situation is so totally out of whack nationwide that we had to look into the things that were unheard of, unthought of in county government or any other government. We found ways to save county people's employees their jobs, save their jobs. The last thing you ever want to do is put people out on the street in these economic times. So we trimmed county government, we saved county jobs, we saved the people that would really definitely be hurt, the families of Union County. We didn't want them to experience anything like that. We're very proud of that fact. We have a good record. What else did we do? We stabilized county government. If you recall, every time there was a changeover in administration from Republicans to Democrats, you had a new county manager. Now we have a county manager that has a contract. We promised this to you at that time, and we got that contract. Now that the board has flip-flopped and has gone Republican, we still have a Democratic county manager, which we're very pleased to have, which we would not have had today if that contract was not enforced. So you can see we've accomplished a number of things that you wanted to see, things that we had promised you, and we did this as a team. So I'm not just here speaking for myself. I think most of you in this room know me quite well as the First Ward Council. But I'm speaking here as a team. We'd like to come back as a team and continue to serve you, to keep government at as low as cost as possible, and to serve you effectively and efficiently. I ask here for your vote. on the coming primary on line comes out.
I'd like to also thank the second ward clerk for the invitation to come out tonight. You know, it doesn't really make sense, I don't believe, to repeat everything that Kaz has said, so I'll give you a little background of myself. Last year when I came here, or not last year, 3 years ago, when I came here, I told you that I was sitting on the city council of Norway for almost 17 years. I had retired from Western Electric Company 7 years ago. I have 5 children. Right now I have 4 grandchildren. I only had 3, I think, when I was here last week. I got 1 more. But the years that I've spent on the board has been most rewarding. The 17 years that I had prepared myself locally really came to light as a freeholder. To become a county politician, elected person, or even a national politician, I think it behooves the individuals to have at least some background on what municipal government's about, to get the feel and the flow of government, and that all this and all features and cream, and if you can't count to 5 in most cases, you might as well stay home. I had the privilege and honor of running with Elmer and Kaz last election, and we're all 3 out of the same mold. Our job is to serve the people, and I think that we've done that in a fashion that I'm not ashamed of, and the response has been great. And I'd like to continue again. I look for your support if you wish, and I hope that you do allow us to go back next time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank the second ward for giving us this opportunity to get to know one another. I met many of you about a week and a half ago at a very delicious spaghetti dinner here. And when I got the letter from Craig, I thought maybe I won one of the prizes. I opened it in anticipation, but that didn't work out. I'm serving in my 3rd year as a freeholder, and last year, in my 2nd year, I was the vice chairman. And if things had gone well at the election poll this past year, I would have been chairman this year, but those things didn't come to pass. As was indicated, I am a mayor of Roselle. I served as mayor for 8 years, and prior to that, I was a councilman for 8 years. Presently on the Board of Chosen Freeholders, I chaired the Fiscal Affairs Committee, I chaired the Policy Committee, I sit on the Intergovernmental Affairs Committee this year. I also served as liaison to the Senior Citizens, the Parks and Recreation, and the Morses Creek Flood Control Commission, to name a few. I also sit as a member of the Planning Board, and when I was in Roselle, I chaired the Planning Board and the Zoning Board on different occasions for many years. I'm a retired individual. I retired from the Prudential Insurance Company as an account executive a few years ago after 37 years of experience. I then went and worked for the Salvation Army here in Elizabeth as a business administrator for more than 2 years. I only mention these things to show that my background delves into the social issues, the local government issues, and also to the county government issues. I bring all this years of experience together with Walter and Kaz to mature government a little bit. As Kaz had indicated, we had gone through a turmoil, and we were the ones, I think, to help settle things down, to bring some dignity and respect and professionalism back into the freeholder board. And we would like to continue this. As Kaz had indicated, we all worked on the county manager's contract. The 3 of us, we also helped reduce the budget last year. We had a 0 budget in place last year. And we helped avoid those layoffs, particularly up at Reynolds Hospital when the present majority group were thinking seriously of trying to lay off some 94 people. We held out on that to ensure that there would be other ways of doing this so people wouldn't lose their jobs. We are here to serve the people of Union County, and we ask that you continue to permit us to do so by giving us your vote come the primary in June and again in November. Thank you very much.